Welcome to part 1 of 2 videos I'm going to be doing, in which in both videos I'll be doing Epic Elite Lords of Dust, and I'll be doing them in 2 different Epic Destinies. For this first video I'm going to be doing Shiradi Champion, and I don't want to step in until after the intro because I want to be able to compare the times. Now I did this last night on my own just to compare, and I'll just say at the outset, I didn't see a whole lot of difference in terms of DPS. Shiradi seemed like it was a little bit better, but not as significant as I sort of thought it was going to be. I just want to show you how I have it set up right now. Now, I wouldn't have wanted to pick Healing Spring, but there's really nothing else Tier 1 that I would want to get, and I had to spend 4 points here in Tier 1 to keep moving, and I only spent the 3rd point in Healing Spring because there was an extra point left over at the end. But of course I have double Rainbow. I am in Prism Stance. I've got the Nerve Venom going on. I've got the Fey Form, and right now my twists are Empyrean Magic, Legendary Shield Mastery, and Rejuvenation Cocoon. When I do the second part and I do Unyielding Sentinel, I'll be changing Shield Mastery because that's part of Unyielding Sentinel, and I'll probably take Fey Form just for the plus 15 Universal Spell Power. I don't need the DR at this point because I have it elsewhere, but I figure 15 Universal Spell Power is better than, say, like plus 30 from Exalted Angel, having plus 30 to Light, because I'm getting plus 15 to 3 different damage types that I'm doing all at the same time with my burst. So plus 15 to all of those is better than plus 30 to one of the 3, I think. Alright, so there's the Destiny. I did make some equipment changes, and I am feeling a big boost in DPS from my last video, my level 23 video, because of 2 reasons. First is because I picked up the epic feat, Epic Eldritch Blast, which adds 2d6 Eldritch Blast dice. So that's really awesome. And secondly, I made this Thunderforged Alloy Rapier, and I decided to go with the big 150 Sonic spell power. Even though I already had 90 on the trinket, that's my packed damage, and the bonus damage dice that I'm getting from like that feat and from my enhancement line, that's bonuses to pack damage. So I decided to just go all in with the pack damage, and then I have it slotted up with a Ruby of Radiance 114, which means my 3rd damage type, which is Force, that's still only at 52 from the potency on the heavy armor. Now, that will be increased next level. I have plans, some different plans, which I'll discuss then. Some gear changes. I'm not spending too much time trying to perfect my gear, so some of this is just not even worthwhile anymore. Like the goggles, for example, I'm not even bothering with. Well, I guess the Conjuration is still helping my tentacles, but I'm not even bothering with Trap the Soul anymore. And Perform 13 helps my Sonic spell power. The armor is the same, so are the bracers. I wanted to find a Con 8 ring, couldn't find one, so it's just Con 6 but the 40 hit points is 10 more than what's on the bracers. I've got Orcish Privateer boots, which is sort of an upgrade from the Kundrak Delving boots. They both have freedom of movement. This set of boots has a lot more goodies on it. Speed 10, Sovereign Fire Resistance, Fire Absorption 30%, and I've got Intimidate 13 on there. That's what it's pre-slotted with, and this comes from the 3 Barrel Cove Slayer Zone, a very easy farm from the rare chests out there. Awesome set of boots. If you don't have a lot of gear, you're newer to the game, some really awesome gear that just comes from the rare chests in the Epic 3 Barrel Cove Slayer Zone. And here's another one, Iron Mitts, also level 24. Got that slotted up with Jump 15. That's just left over from last life I was wearing these gloves. Didn't even bother changing it. It's got Strength 8, Healing Amp plus 60, Vitality 40, Resistance 7. Beautiful set of gloves. And like I said, very easy to get. Still got the Epic Ring of Buccaneer, Sapphire Defense 10, Good Luck 2, Dexterity 7. Still got the Min 2 belt. This is new this level for me. The Ghost Waking Cloak. This is the Epic Normal version, so it's level 23. We'll be replacing this with the Epic Elite version. Next level, that's level 25. Got Charisma 8, Resistance 6. That's redundant from 2 other pieces of gear right now, because I got it on my shield as well. Ghostly is nice. That's a 10% mischance, DR10/evil. That's evil aligned weapons overcome it. The blasting chime's the same, and this is the same. The charisma is no good to me now because I have higher charisma on the cloak, but kinetical are 5, so I didn't even bother changing it. And still got the count out helmet, and still using the light and darkness shield. Okay, let's make this happen.
Novice, stay near me.
Like I said a few minutes ago, I did this last night with both these destinies, and I didn't notice a huge difference in the DPS, but I really preferred the way that it played in Unyielding Sentinel. I really prefer the extra durability. You know, I don't mind, and it's just playstyle preference, I don't mind taking a little longer to kill mobs, if that means I'm going to be that much more survivable. And also, you know, at the outset, like I said, this tune is meant to be a tank, and my goal is to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Epic Elite Fire on Thunder Peak Dragons, even through the big buff. Right now the bursts are cutting through them as if they were just heroic mobs. It seems pretty ridiculous. Right now she's stunned by nerve venom. I will say the nerve venom is really nice. I decided to reduce my number of hotbars by 1. Don't have as many things going on Warlock. Don't have a bazillion spells like Druid. And with all the gaps here, I probably could reduce it even more, although there are some other things that I'll probably fill those up with.
Now, give yourselves, my children. Give to the glory of our cause. Stand aside. Let my minions kill this filth.
Felt a big difference when I did this last night on the Karis fight. You know, he hits really tough. And, you know, for the level, he's probably the toughest quest boss. And, you know, one of my goals is to, you know, to be able to stay toe-to-toe with mobs like that. I don't want to have to run away from them. So I already used one stanch earlier, and I just used the second one right there. And there's a third stanch. Uh-oh, knocked out. Stanching it up again. Learning to leverage that stance has been, you know, it's a skill to hone that. You know, when you're fighting these bosses, you don't want to get too carried away with it, but also just getting used to the sort of the new way of healing, you know, which is the way that warlocks heal themselves, which is by leveraging your temporary hit points. So I used stanch a total of 8 times. You can see the little counter there. And let's see what they got for completion time. 10 minutes, 23 seconds. Well, thanks for watching this first episode. I'm going to do part 2 right away, but that'll be a separate video. And the only difference there will be that I'm going to be in Unyielding Sentinel Destiny and just changing one twist because, you know, I don't want to have something twisted in from the Destiny that I'm in. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. If you have questions about the build I'm doing, you can respond on the Voodu Warlock forum. If you happen to be on Sarlona, you're welcome to send me a tell.